my boy, and we love to compete against each other. He's doing really good things, and I'm doing other ones. So.
How did you stay prepared when you were hurt last year and to be able to do what you're doing right now?
When I was hurt, when I was on my scooter, there was like a net. So in the mow, so I just grabbed the net, grabbed 2 footballs, and just kept throwing the ball against the net. So I just told myself I have to do something so I stay in tune to be ready for spring ball. So.
How much film were you watching? Were you a guy that's always in the film room watching stuff?
Yeah, I always watched film. I always took mental reps, all that stuff. So.
What are you looking at specifically, since you're not actually practicing? You can't really critique yourself.
Yeah, I think the best thing I looked at was the coverages. And okay, who would I go to here? Where's my hots? Who's blitzing? And just act like I'm in the game when I watch the film. So.
I think you went down to Southern California for spring break and you worked out with the quarterback coach. What was the goal for that week for you?
I think the goal was just to refine my tunes, just making sure my motion's all good, footwork and all that type of stuff.
Like your release is better now?
I think so. I believe so.
How much interaction did you have with Vernon, and what did he teach you through the course of last year?
Me and Vernon talk a lot. He just gives me a lot of advice, what to do, what he did to make himself, one of the top players ever, college football. And he just really gave me some good advice. Like, okay, here's what you got to do, here's how to take over, and what it takes to really compete.
Coach Lubick said they're throwing more playbook at you now than you'll ever have to use for a game plan. How difficult is it right now just to learn everything, 100% of the playbook?
It's not too bad because I was already familiar with the offense from last spring, but now just the add-ons, it's really taking those reps in practice and really practicing those plays that he throws at us so we can get better at it.
Do you feel like you're getting to a point where it's more instinctive and less thinking back there behind center?
In some plays I believe so, but in some I think I still have to think a little bit more just because it's a little new to me. So.
What's the pressure? Sorry, I'm behind you. What's the pressure been like within a quarterback battle with a guy like Dakota?
I really don't think there's really that much pressure. If anything, it's just competition. You just gotta love it and embrace it. So.
A lot of guys usually do like the competition because they feel like it allows them to play better with something on the line. Do you feel the same way?
Exactly. Yeah, I feel the exact same way.
Talking with Dwayne Stanford, he said, he's going through rehab. He obviously saw you go through some rehab as well. He said that last season not playing is really kind of why you're excelling so far this year.
Yeah, I believe so. I told him, I just grabbed the football and grabbed the man, just kept throwing the ball as much as I can until practice game. So.
What are you trying to accomplish during spring ball? Do you kind of set goals up for yourself?
Setting goals, just be the best. Try to be the best quarterback on the field. That's the point. I want to hopefully get the starting job, and that's my goal. So.
Is there anything you see out of Dakota's game that you say, okay, this is something that I want to try to emulate, I want to try to do better on the field?
Dakota definitely has a lot of great plays he makes. And I was like, okay, I can probably try to do some of that stuff. He's a great player, and he has his own type of game. And I believe I have my own type of game, so it's kind of harder to mimic that. So.
Those who want to talk to Jake Hansen and Justin Hollins, they're here. Talk to them or they'll leave.
When Vernon Adams first came on the field, he really had that command and that presence. How do you try to emulate that on the field as well and kind of create that presence?
First step is you really have to know the offense. You really got to embrace it. Make sure the offensive line knows that you're confident in what you do. So I believe I have that, and I believe I can echo that to my whole line so they can really believe that it's time to lead this offense.
You said Dakota has his game and you have your game. What is your game?
My game is just kind of not necessarily light runs, but really just make a play, make something happen, and really just make sure I get to the right person at the right time, and really just move the ball. That's one key thing that coach has been stressing is let's move the ball downfield. Let's stop having these third and outs, interception, that type of stuff. Let's move the ball downfield. So.
Would you say you're more looking to extend the play than to run then in most situations?
Extend the play for sure, but if I have to run, I can always take off when in doubt.
What's it been like working with Coach Yost so far?
Coach Yost is good. He really emphasizes footwork, which is something that I believe I can work on a lot. I'm gonna work on it after spring ball as well. So he really emphasizes that, film, and all that type of stuff. So.
Were you aware of his background in Missouri and some of the quarterbacks he developed?
Not really. He kind of told us, but to be honest, I kind of forgot who he trained. But but obviously he's a very good coach. That's why he's here, and he's taking us under his arm and teaching us a lot of things.
Do you feel like you're competing for the starting job?
I feel like it. Definitely. The coaches, they said you have a chance, Travis. So I'm gonna take it and embrace it.
You hope to at least be the backup and set yourself up for 2017?
Excuse me?
You hope to at least be the backup and set yourself up for 2017?
If that's the case, yes. Hopefully I just want to try to get this starting job, if I can say that. So, just being honest.
How much do you need to improve to do that?
Excuse me?
How much do you need to improve to beat out someone like Dakota?
A lot. You know, that's going to require a lot of film work, a lot of working on my own, grabbing the receiver, throwing with them, and just really, you know, building that relationship with all the receivers and the O-line will really get me to take off, you know, come fall camp.
How much progress did you lose last year being injured?
I don't think I lost too much progress. If anything, just like obviously like not practicing for a long time, I got to be able to just throw the football. I was still in meetings and all that type of stuff, and always in the film room. So.
How much does bringing in someone like you to kind of accelerate your process?
That just means the coaches want to see a lot of competition in my eyes, and I was like, okay, you know, they brought him in, you know, so now it's just up to me. It's like, okay, am I going to match that? Am I going to settle, or am I just going to back down and just, you know, let him win it? So. Yeah, we're boys, but we know on the field like we got to compete. We want the best for each other. So you know, if he needs help, I'm gonna help him. If I need help, he's gonna help me. So.
What's been the growth of Yost, that quarterback coach? How have you guys formed your relationship?
I think our relationship is good and still growing as well. You know, he's really learned he knows the playbook, you know, very good, you know, for such a short span. So now, you know, now that he really knows that he can really even help us even more. So.
What's the biggest thing he's worked with you these 6 practices?
Footwork. That's the biggest thing I can say for all quarterbacks. You know, that's one thing he emphasizes because footwork equals better balls, equals, you know, moving the ball downfield. So.
You said you worked on your release as well. What kind of things you changed there? Just shortening it up?
Yeah, shortening it up, and the ball's coming out. You know, I can control the ball a lot better, and it's coming out with a more zip, if you can say that. So.
What skill set are you bringing in to improve or to bring in more competition?
Skill set. Just probably, you know, just making sure I run the offense. You know, that's one of the biggest things as a quarterback is this: who can run the offense the most efficient. So that's one thing I can do is just run it efficiently.
You think you have better hair than Coach Yost?
No, he has the best hair. Actually, I don't know. Fotu might have the best hair, but.
The last 2 seasons, 2 years, they brought in transfers because they felt like the quarterback was just a immediate influx. Are you hoping that you're going to erase that thought for 2017, that they'll know that they at least have you ready to take over? Is that sort of
Yeah, that's the plan, you know, and that's up to me, you know, to determine that. Do I want another guy to come in, you know, to compete against him, or am I going to step up, you know, and win the job? So.
Were you disappointed when they brought Dakota? Did you understand what they're doing?
Yeah, I understood it completely. Yeah. So.
Did they talk to you much about that?
Not really. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you guys.